Match number 26 of the Tata IPL 2025. And once again, we return to the Ekana Stadium after a long time, I must tell you. Lucknow versus Gujarat. And both the teams are having a lot of confidence coming from a victory. And I have Sandy Paji with me. At Eden Gardens, it was a wonderful narrow margin victory for Lucknow Super Giants, while Gujarat Titans are continuing to make Ahmedabad their fortress, beating the Rajasthan Royals. First of all, thoughts on both the teams coming from a win on their overall result in the previous game, and then we'll focus on this one.
Yeah, both teams are really good on form, and they've got good hitters in the team. Stable runs, they get runs on the board, which is a very very high commodity in this IPL. The team that bats first gets a 200 plus score, automatically becomes favourite for the match. So and then the GT top three are really playing well. They get 2 out of the 3 working at the top. They can get that 185, 190 platform, even hit 200. LSG with Puran in the form of his life. He's one player. And the one surprise package for me is Marsh. Marsh up there is getting the runs as well. So they're losing 3 wickets. Rishabh Pant doesn't need to bat, and the winning game. So
I was watching it very closely the other day. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I was there at the ground and I was watching it very closely. The way they're strategizing the game, because at the strategic timeout, not only Justin Langer and the Zair Khan and others went out to have a chat with the batters. It was a dominating opening pair where Marsh and Markram put up a huge opening stand. Puran, who he was yet to bat, walked in alongside Zair Khan and had a chat with the 2 batters. I think they were looking into assessing the conditions. But Rishabh Pant, who is the captain, he was sitting in the dugout. He had his pads on, but never for 1 second did I see him having his gloves on and helmet, getting fully ready, because he knew next in definitely is Nicholas Puran. After that, it was it was David Miller who was ready to go on. They sent in Abdul Samad before him. Rishabh Pant, the last 3 deliveries, stood up and was wearing his pads and helmet, thinking, what if there is a wicket in the last over? Then he will walk out to bat. He eventually did not and changed it to a keeping gloves. But what a wonderful move once again, replicating the 2020 World Cup final once again, Rishabh Pant, wasting a little bit of time there. You getting the physio out in the middle, getting some back massage. And do you think that changed the momentum once again towards Lucknow?
Yes, it surely did, and but again, it's all based on that foundation of the opening stand. They get that right. It doesn't really matter if Rishabh Pant comes in, because you've got a finisher in Miller.
True.
And you've got Puran in the form of his life. So those 4 batsmen, they can set any target, and then they got bowlers to back it up. So very very happy with LSG, but also happy with GT as well, because I think Prasidh Krishna, what a comeback from Prasidh Krishna. Everybody before the IPL was saying, Prasidh who, Prasidh what, why? And now he's proving the point of how well he's bowling. And you add in, Rashid Khan coming in, started taking wickets and being a bit more economical. GT suddenly look like they've got bowling in their arsenal as well. So really going to be an interesting game to see what happens in this one.
Absolutely. Day before yesterday against the Rajasthan Royals, and at the halfway stage when Rashid Khan hit those couple of boundaries, I said this might change the thing for Rashid Khan in terms of confidence. He took a couple of catches as well, took wickets as well. That's what happens for big players. They just need a little bit of glimpse to get some confidence, and they will make that evening their own. And that's what Rashid Khan did. Sai consistent Sudarshan continues to do what he does best. Another man of the match performance. What a performance he's having. But as you said before, Mitchell Marsh, everybody were talking about he was not going to bowl. Will he be part of the 11? But every single game he's giving Lucknow those blistering starts with the bat.
Yeah, and I think not bowling is helping him, because he's not worrying about being injured, and even if he's using the impact rule, he doesn't even have to field. So he's got a specific
role
now.
He said in an interview, he said, "Life is good if I'm not bowling."
Yeah, I agree with that, and this is the problem England have with the Ben Stokes problem. Ben Stokes is a wicket-taking bowler all the time, and he knows the more he bowls, the more he'll be injured, the more he'll be out of the team. So I think Mitchell Marsh will probably now become a full-time batsman and maybe even a full-time impact player. So, but he's very good in the field as well. So fielding at slip or gully, he's really good with his hands. So
he's a
let's see
captain
what happens.
material, I must tell you.
Yeah. As I say, I personally had issues with him in the past for me, but you can't. He's class, and he's giving them that platform in the power play, which means that someone like Puran can then come and knock the ball around and then start hitting big as well. So I think the balance of them is really, really interesting, and I'm surprised with them. And obviously, Digvesh Rathi, is a find of the IPL for me.
So he's definitely the find of the IPL so far around. But as you're rightly mentioning at this moment, what about the fine? I remove the D and replace it with an E. He needs to a little bit be careful. What a celebration the other day. He was doing it on the surface itself, doing that notebook celebration. But what a
Yeah.
find in terms of for the Lucknow Super Giants. They have got somebody like a Prince Yadav. I'm not sure why he's not playing anymore. They're backing the big guns in terms of Akashdeep, who's not working at all. Avesh Khan, understandable, he's getting the Yorkers right in the death overs. Thoughts on it? Lot of things needs to be discussed about both the teams. Let's take a look into the head-to-head between Lucknow and GT. Two new teams, but so far it has been dominated by the Gujarat Titans, previously led by Hardik Pandya and now led by good Shubman Gill. 4-1, Baji, in terms of head-to-head. Do you think the equation changing in terms of a little bit edge towards Lucknow Super Giants as they're playing at their home tomorrow?
Yes, I do fancy Lucknow in this game. Slightly, it's just a slight thing for me, and I think they're used to the conditions. They're batting really well. They're getting big targets in. So, and I think Sai Sudarshan is due a failure. So, if that
Love
happens, then
average.
the middle order of GT will then have to be tested. Not having that platform, so I am slightly leaning to LSG. But then history itself, you look at that, and then GT have the Indian sign over LSG. So maybe we're back in the thing this time, and LSG will come up top.
True that you said about a lot of things in terms of GT and LSG. Yes, they do have the confidence, but Lucknow Super Giants playing at home, it's a different ball game. But Rishabh Pant, he is due for runs. Do you think the captain will come out all guns blazing at home?
No, and a simple reason being, when's he last performed in the IPL for Delhi Capitals? You will know that. He's very rarely scoring, 45, 50 runs consistently.
Who would you?
He's getting out.
I'm asking you as you pointed at me in terms of I know Rishabh Pant so well. I'm giving a very very tricky question before I move on to the strategic timeout section. Who would you trust more in if you're sent to bat and win the game for your side, Rishabh Pant or Glenn Maxwell?
A hard one, and you just have to go with Maxi because he's done it so often, hasn't he? So,
Okay.
and you just look at one thing, and you just look at the World Cup, Afghanistan, dead, Undertaker, finished physically, game lost, and he wakes up and suddenly click, bang. And Rishabh Pant, has he done it in T20 white ball? Not for me. He's a test player with a ODI white ball game. So I would say Maxwell in that one. But again, Maxwell is doing things with the ball, which is obviously very, very. He's taking the important wickets with the ball. So
Absolutely.
I'm not going to be hating on
Doing
Maxwell.
something at least in terms of any of the departments, whether it's he's taking good catches in the outfield as well, not getting runs, but that's only a matter of time. I always say big players just need one good innings to get going, and that's what I feel in terms of Glenn Maxwell and also Rishabh Pant. But let's take a look at the pitch report of the Ekana Stadium. Mind you, it's an afternoon game. 16 matches have been played at this venue, Paji. 8 times the team batting first have been victorious, compared to the team batting second have won it 7 times. No ball change out here, no dew. It's going to be scorching heat as well. Your thoughts on that? Win the toss, maybe bat?
I don't think it'll make a difference in this game. Personally, if I was LSG, probably would bat first, trying to get that 210 score, and then that will put a lot of pressure on the opening three for GT. So I'd probably bat first, get the runs on the board, but you got to cross 195, 200 to put any
100%.
pressure on the GT batsmen. If anything under 180, they score under 180. I fancy GT then doing that because then Said Sudarshan, Josh Butler, and Mitch, the other opener is Shubman Gill. They would have
Shubman
to
Gill.
then they'd have to play they can play the normal game. So LSG win the toss, bat first, get 200 on the board plus score, and then put the pressure on the top three of GT to test that middle order. So and
Absolutely.
there's not
I've
going to be
said
any
this
view.
time and time again since the beginning of all the matches. There will be a time when the top 3 of GT will falter. We saw Shah Rukh Khan providing some runs in the previous game for Gujarat Titans. So it was a cameo. Rahul Tewatia, Rashid Khan coming in, Sharfin Rutherford coming, but they will be having more responses someday or the other. I just hope as a GT fan that they happens it as early as possible, not in the knockouts if they make it through, to be honest. But okay, pitch report is done. You're saying it's not going to make a difference. Couple of good spinners are there in both the sides, I must tell you. But time to move on to the strategic timeout section. Paji, over to you. 60 seconds, 4 questions. As you all know, the time starts now. Mitchell Marsh or Sai Sudarshan, who scores more runs according to you?
Mitchell Marsh, I think he's going to have an 80 plus score in this game. Yeah, just the way he's
Wow, okay,
playing.
he's taking the runs as well. Okay, Digvesh Rathi or Rashid Khan, who do you think will pick more wickets?
Digvesh Rathi, he's on fire. So we'll see a lot of the fines coming, a lot of the signing in coming, and Well, he'll spend all of his wages on fines.
Absolutely, yes, I agree with that. So, Digvesh Shetty, according to you, which skipper do you think will have a better day tomorrow? Rishabh Pant or Shubman Gill?
Oh, tough one. Both playing. Oh, I'm just going to go for Shubman. I think Shubman's due an innings. He's hitting and timing the ball really well. So it's just a matter of time. I think if he can outsee the power play, then he'll have a very good innings. So I'm going to tip definitely Shubman to score more runs than Rishabh Pant.
Average first innings total, according to you, no matter which team bats first.
I'm going to go, if LSG bat, which I think they will, 210. 210 they'll score.
210, that's a huge one. I think that's above par, according to me. Okay, you've given your 4 questions answered inside the timeline. Thank you so much, Paji. Let's take a look into the players to watch out for. Mitchell Marsh, Rishabh Pant, and Digvesh Shetty are my 3 players to watch out for LSG. And for GT, I'm going for Josh Butler, Rashid Khan, and R. Sai Kishore. I think spin to win in this kind of a surface, though nowadays it has been a batting-friendly surface at Ekana. Your thoughts on that, please, Paji?
Yeah, I think the two sides for me for Gujarat, Sudarshan and Kishore, are going to be very important for them to win. And then obviously Rati and Marsh for me will be
True.
very important, obviously with Puran as well, because that's where the runs will be scored by LSG. So yeah, not far off from yourselves, but Sai Kishore, that'll be interesting. Sai Sudarshan, that'll be interesting. And Rati, I really like him. And I'm like
Absolutely. I
you,
really
I'm
like
saying,
his.
why is it?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I really like his action. Digvesh Shetty, while he copies Sunil Narayan, a little bit of Imran Tahir is also there in the mix as well in terms of his run up. But you said about a law of average score is on the cards for somebody like a Sai Sudarshan. You feel the same for somebody like a Nicholas Puran as well.
Yeah, it's just the form that these guys are in, and obviously the Ekana Stadium being for an LSG player, they know the conditions. They played a few matches. The only difference about this match is what the wicket will behave in a daytime match, and that's the unknown factor in this game. So, but again, I think I like a 3 o'clock the 3 o'clock game because both teams have virtually the same wicket to play. The conditions aren't there. One
True.
team isn't disadvantaged, so I think it's going to be a very very close game, and the team that gets the most runs on the board will win this match.
Okay, so the team that scores more runs on the board will eventually go on to win this game, according to you. Fair enough. Let's take a look into the top 3 battles in this game. Mitchell Marsh versus Mohammad Siraj is my battle number 1. Rashid Khan versus Nicholas Puran is my battle number 2. And Digvesh Rati versus Joss the Boss is my battle number 3. Which one are you definitely watching, Paji? Any other battle according to you in your mind?
I'm going to go for Prasidh Krishna versus David Miller. I think that will be a very interesting battle because David Miller will be coming in at the end, and we've just seen Prasidh Krishna suddenly come alive. So I think there might be batting and bowling against each other. Who comes on that top battle will be very interesting to see. So, but yeah, the ones that you've got are all obviously important, but I'm just going for one slightly different. Will be Prasidh Krishna versus David Miller, and I'd love to see that because both are very important for each other's team. Prasidh Krishna's economy is getting down. He's starting to take wickets.
He's
And he's
bowling at
taking a
some
walk.
serious pace, I must tell you, Paji.
Exactly. And, he's never been one for me personally in the T20 format, but there's something changed in his mindset and his plans. So I'm really looking forward to that. And David Miller is the guy that they really rely on
True.
getting them through the home stretch. So, yeah,
Form might be
foundation set by the
temporary,
top.
but class is
Yeah.
permanent in terms of Killer Miller. But yes, you said about Prasidh Krishna. I must tell you a couple of names in terms of that side. I think Ashish Nehra, head coach, has worked a lot on behind him, and also Ishan Sharma. I think Ishan Sharma getting alongside him, and I think that is also working out for somebody like a Prasidh Krishna. Okay, battles have been done and dusted. Let's take a look into the predicted playing 11, starting with the Lucknow Super Giants. Going with an unchanged 11 party, according to me, I think why change something that is not broken? Everybody is working out well. But I think Akash Deep, instead of him, I think you might look into Prince Yadav.
Yeah, that's the only one I would see. I can't see why they've discarded Prince Yadav because he's really done really well for me. He's got a really great action. He can cause trouble. He's got a good Yorker in him. He's got the good wide Yorker in him. I think they should persevere with
Yep,
Prince rather than Akashdeep, who can get hit quite a bit. We saw that when he was at RCB. He was very expensive. So I
absolutely.
can't see the reason why they've gone that route other than name and experience. I can't really see
Experience is
why
what I
they've
feel.
gone
And
for.
also in the previous game, he bowled against the Kolkata Knight Riders at Eden Gardens, where he knows really well. But he scored. He was very, very expensive, I must tell you, in terms of his line and length was not there. But can we expect a surprise entry, just like Mumbai Indians had for Jasprit Bumrah? Can we expect Mayank Yadav maybe?
Could be, could be. I wouldn't take that risk quite yet because I think LSG are, they're fighting for a playoff. And you don't want to take that risk with Mayank Yadav. We
Yeah,
know his body doesn't resist well. Put him in some more practice games and get him 100% ready when you know there's no fear of that. And then use him at the end of once the qualifications come in,
true.
bring him in and out so you know he's fit enough for the playoffs and the final
That is going
if
to
they
be
get
very
there.
wise,
Because
I must tell you. If you're in the LSG camp, like Paji said, bring him in the decisive games where you need 2 points, and that's where you can bring him in the later half of the tournament. Let's take a look at the Gujarat Titans predicted 11. I think it's a very good side, I must tell you, Gujarat Titans. 4 wins on the trot, and they're doing everything right, according to me. All the bases covered, watching something which is not broken. Similarly for them as well.
yeah, 100%. They've got their first team in post. They're all playing well, playing in good form. No need to change. No need to change anything from them. The only
True.
thing they need to do is obviously get that consistency in Shahrukh
Yeah.
Khan. If that comes in, that's something important. What they do with Washington Sundar, that's important. They can put him
True.
in the
I
batting
am
and
expecting
play.
Washington Sundar to play tomorrow because of the conditions at Ekana Stadium, I must tell you. But yes, the middle order needs to be tested someday or the other. And how will they cope up is what the concern is for Sandy Paji. Time for him to have a little bit of concern and put him into the hot seat as we move on to the predictions time. Match number 26, Paji. It's LSG versus GT at Ekana. Afternoon game. What is your percentage for this game?
I'm going to go 51-49 LSG.
LSG
LSG.
51-49, such a close game according to you. He says 51%, 1% because of the home advantage is what I feel, maybe. So the
Yeah.
winning streak of the Gujarat Titans might come to an end according to Sandy Paji. Thanks a lot, Paji. Thank you to all the viewers watching this video. It's LSG versus GT, a double-header on Saturday afternoon game. Don't forget to subscribe to Fifth Umpire. Press the bell icon as well. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.